Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 7 of Forza FGR. My name is Joe Osman, and this week on today's episode, we are taking on Cheltenham in a all Gloucestershire Derby at home in the Sky Bet League. So since you were last with me, things have been going absolutely fucking fantastically, and the swear is necessary because it really has been that. We are unbeaten in 5 league games. It is 5, yes, I can count. After that Swindon match, we drew 0-0 against Plymouth, then won 2-0 against Ebbsfleet, 5-2 against Blackpool, 2-0 against Tranmere, and 3-2 against Newport County. We are 10 points clear at the top of the league, 15 points inside the odd man promotion places, and, wow, 17 points inside the playoffs, or away from the playoffs. And also in big news, Junior Moraes has realised it's time for him to step up and help our campaign to get promotion, and he's done that by, apart from obviously the 0-0 draw, scoring in every single game since. He scored, so that's 4 games in a row. He scored 1 against Ebbsfleet, 2 against Blackpool, 2 against Tranmere, 1 against Newport County. He is back in goal scoring form. He has now improved his record to, I believe, 15 goals in 28 games, which is, you know, more than a goal every 2 games, which is definitely not what we've been having from him, but it has been in this latter part of the season. So that's good to see. Hopefully, we'll see if he can continue that against Cheltenham Town today. And as you can see, that's some beautiful, beautiful form there. With 12 games to go, we are in a fantastic position. So let's get into this match and hope that such a fantastic form continues going into this match, because, I mean, look at that excellent form. I know if, you know, life is going to be as it always is, we'll end up losing this match, but nevertheless, this is how we're lining up, and it's not ideal to say the least. But as you can see, Ilias, Joe and Aaron Ruske, they haven't been injured for a while. They're both returning to fitness soon. They just picked up a little knocks. The only issue is Leighton Nduku was injured for 4 weeks. He's got 6 days and 2 weeks between that time out now, so we're playing an interesting front four. With Moraes, obviously, will always be there. Mikulski's, you know, an out-and-out striker. He can play there. Phyllis Kirk can play on the right-hand side, and Newton can play on the left-hand side. They're not particularly comfortable or incredible there, but that is what we're going to have to do, because we also got tired players from playing matches in midweek. At the end of the day, Cheltenham are down in 20th. Hopefully, we still have the quality to get one over on them, considering we're 10 points clear. And if we don't, yeah, we're 10 points clear. So there you have it. So yeah, we are playing players lacking in match fitness. Essentially, when it comes to backup, we don't have many people I am comfortable at playing there. So more often than not, I will just choose to play them rather than risk playing someone who's less qualified, you know, it does not have the same ability as them at that position. That does eventually catch up with me, and they get a bit tired. Luckily, they haven't picked up an injury or anything, because that would be a bit of a disaster. But those two, they get the brunt of the intensity of this tactic and the intensity of the league. But they pull through, and they both do very well, so I'll speak a minute to that. I did consider bringing in a new right or left back to play there in January, but I was looking at them, and no one's available. I didn't like the idea of bringing in a left or a right back, just because we needed backup, and spending, you know, say 30k on someone who, in my eyes, will not go straight into the squad. And I didn't want to bring in someone who's not going to be good enough and lacks the backup, and who won't, you know, improve and play for us in League One and get promoted. So that's why I didn't. And yeah, that's just how it is at the moment. And Cheltenham have opened the scoring in 11 minutes, and oh dearie me, I was hoping if I kept talking they wouldn't score, but they have. That is annoying. And that happened. Marich plays the ball forward to Isa squares to Rowley, who goes for it, but it's a good save by Iverson. Sadly, he's caught on the rebound, and that is a good shot, a good angle you got even to them. And at the end of the day, you're going to see me not being too bothered by this, because we are 10 points clear. I mean, we're still 9 points clear now anyway. And anyway, this could be an immediate equaliser. Led with the corner and headed away by Davey. It's fallen to Morley's already a yellow card. Newton back to Morley, and Morley. Oh, is that Morley? No, it's Iacovitti who is finding that, and it is an immediate equaliser. Usually we are the victims of those. Usually we're the ones that get paid back straight away when we score, but no. From a goal mat scramble out of corner, we got that. So what happens here? Laird whips it in, headed away by the defender. Morley, he goes for a pass to Newton. Newton gets tackled, and Morley picks up again. Morley shoots, and it is essentially his goal, because he just bounces off Ian Coverty's leg and goes straight in the net. We have got them back. And this team is, I definitely wouldn't call it weak, because you can see there Newton, yes, he's not playing as a striker like he would want to, but he's playing well nonetheless. I wanted to tell Newton to use all the tackles, but I think that's gone now, so let's just hope he doesn't get sent off. Morley, playing down to Phillisko, through to Mikulski, who's in a lot of space here, and Sean Mikulski, Bristol City goal scorer. Still on loan from Bristol City. He hasn't done too much since that goal in the FA Cup. You can see that by his average rating. But I asked him to step up today when we've got players tired of carrying knocks, and step up he has, because that is a fantastic piece of finishing. Ball over the top to him, chest it down, and despite the fact he had two defenders either side of him putting on the pressure, Sean Mikulski maintains his composure, tucks it away, and we've turned a 1-goal deficit into a 2-goal lead in about 4 minutes, and that is fantastic. That's why we signed him. We didn't just sign him because I loved him, because he plays for Bristol City, and I wanted a Bristol City player that I've heard of in my squad. We signed him because he's good quality, and he's just proven that corner in from Laird, headed down by Canavan, is missed. Not as good as the other two highlights we've had, but that is some nice stuff. What we do want to see though is for Junior Moraes to add to the score sheet, because he's got he's got 4 he scored in 4 games in a row. Not sure how many goals that is, because he scored a first one, so it's about 6 goals I would have thought, and we want him to continue that form. I know he won't, because he's on camera and I expect he gets camera shy, but nevertheless it would be nice to see, because hopefully then he won't go back into his barren spell. We need a nice long spell of confidence from Junior Moraes he can carry with us into League One, because I'm fairly sure we're going to get promoted now. Touch wood many times, because I've said that. We know what fate does to me when I say things like Moraes is through though, and he hits the crossbar. It's not going to be his day, is it? But like I said, I'm pretty sure we're going to get promoted this season now. When you look at how far in we are to, I think, look at that, we're now 12 points clear at the moment. 12 points clear, and 15 points still inside on automatic promotion. I'm fairly sure we're going up this season, and if we do, we want Moraes to take his goal scoring form with him, because I know he can do a job in League One. So can most of this squad. Luckily, obviously, let's make additions, but most of this squad are fairly decent, and we'd like him to hit the ground running in League One as well. I'm going to have a celebratory drink. It always tastes better when you're winning. How's the rest of the league going then? So, Yeovil, Lincoln, Port Vale and Chesterfield will be in the playoffs. Surprised to see Yeovil there. They're pretty terrible in real life at the moment. Better than again. So Grimsby and Barnet. I don't pay much to the League Two. They're not Bristol City. They're not in the Championship. We've got our lovely highlight. It's not raining. What a shame. Iverson with the goal kick to Laird. It is freezing this room, by the way. Laird down to Brown. Pass to Newton left hand side. Back into Morley. Over to Newton again. Long ball forward to Mikulski. What can Mikulski do here? He chooses to cross, headed down by Phillisko to Moraes. It's cleared away by the defender though before they can get a touch on it, and that was close. I think it was the right decision by Mikulski though to cross it. He was never going to get it at that angle, and if there were only there were fewer bodies in the box, I think he could have tapped that one away, either Moraes or Phillisko. Obviously, I prefer Moraes, given his the necessity for him to continue his goal scoring form and get goals in 5 games in a row. We want to see that. We are determined to see that. I think it was up. But as it stands, we are winning the whatever this derby is called. I'm hereby christening it the Gloucestershire Derby. I'm not sure if it would be that, because there are other teams in Gloucestershire. What other teams are there in Gloucestershire? There might not be actually. Not in the Football League, I suppose. Because Swindon and Wiltshire aren't there. And there's Gloucester City, which is supposed to be more of a rivalry between Forest Green and Gloucester, because they used to be around that league. But then again, Cheltenham have been in the conference before, so I'm sure if I googled it, if I'd done my research, I'd know. But let's have a look at it now. Let's get up the old Google and see what happens. I'm sure I won't miss anything important. It's interesting to note that we are dominating possession here, which is good. They haven't shown any sign of equalising yet. Phillisko's injured though. I have almost missed something. Phillisko's going to have to come off, and that is annoying. He has got an assist today. Luckily, Marsh Brown, I think we weren't thinking he was going to be fit enough to play really, but he's only coming on for the last half an hour. Right, Forest Green versus Cheltenham Derby. Let's see what the real name is, just to fill this lovely time. It's called the Gloucestershire Derby. First ever Football League Gloucestershire Derby is one of the articles. The second one is El Glosico. Fantastic. That's what we're going to be calling it now. El Glosico. I mean, who came up with that? It must have taken a while. But there we are. It turns out my intuition was correct. And this really is called the Gloucestershire Derby. I'm glad we learned that, because we learned little else in the second half. Because nothing's really been happening. Morris had a terrible game. I mean, it's business as usual. Now you're back, it seems. We don't have anyone to bring on. They're all injured. I'm not going to risk it. For now, let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best. I mean, their right back is basically dying on the pitch, as are half their players, and they've made all their substitutions, so there we are. Obviously, the entire league's in the same boat at the moment. Oh, I do like the look of that, though. What are Barnet doing? Because they're obviously not doing well. Barnet, where are you? Oh, Barnet, where are you? They had a player sent off, which is good. And they're drawing 0-0. I mean, if they could lose, that'd be even better. We'd then go 13 points clear at the top of League 2. And wouldn't that just be tasty? Oh, God, they're going to equalise. Cragen into Davy. Oh, thank God. Thank the Lord in the heavens. We're going to have to make a substitution somehow. I mean, our players are only going to last so long. I mean, we can bring on Laurent because he's not actually injured. So bring on Laurent. But there's not much else we can do. Yo, Chris Messman, could you play as a midfielder? No, he can't. I mean, yeah, literally injured centre back. I really should have thought my substitutes through more before I start this game. Let's bring on a centre back just because Iacovity's a bit tired, shall we? Well, actually, Iacovity can play. Go on that side, I believe. So we'll move him over there. Lang should go there. See, we're thinking a bit more now. We can hold on for 7 minutes. Surely. But yeah, I mean, other than that, nothing of note has happened in the second half. No goals from us, no goals from them. I mean, I think there was a highlight at the start of the thing. There's another highlight. Right, it's all happening now. Now we've found out the name of the derby, the game's letting us have a bit more football now. Iacovity knocks it down to Newton, who plays Mikulski in, but their defender's going to get to that easily. Davy there. Davy passing into Cragen, and Mikulski's dispossessed and fallen to Parish. It's cleared down, headed by Iacovity. Brown into Laurent. But that is a terrible attempt at a pass, and they've picked it up now. Rowley's got it for Cheltenham. He holds up, plays it forward to Bartram, gets past to Marriage, to Graham, and surely, we are so lucky that Cheltenham can't get that on target, because there have been 2 occasions now. I said not much further in the second half, and it's true, but there have been 2 occasions now where Cheltenham could have got their equaliser, and we are lucky that they did not, because boy have they come close. They really, really have. I mean, there have been some moments where I thought we're going to throw it away after dominating the entire match. We're going to throw it away, but luckily we're not. There's only 10 seconds left, and this has got to be the match-ending highlight now. Ball forward to Brown. Moraes is going to run after it. He hasn't got the goal we wanted. Sadly, he was too camera shy to get it, but at least he's done well. I have no doubt that he is still very, very capable of doing it in matches going forward. Just when you're not here, I expect. And there we have it, a 2-1 victory in the Gloucestershire Derby, El Glosico as a match. I mean, how exciting is that? Look at that. 5 matches, 1 in a row. Out the AI got at it in GCSE. It probably isn't. We are 12 points clear at the top of Sky Bet League 1. 2. Hopefully, I wouldn't mind being 12 points clear of Sky Bet League 1 next season. It is. We are 12 points clear. Fan bloody tastic. Beating your bitter rivals, nothing. Beating your. Let's start again for the 3rd time. Beating your bitter rivals. That's a bit of a tongue twister. I give up. Yeah, I'm delighted. Cool. I can't hide my delight. That is true in many cases. Look at that. With 13 games to play, 12 points clear. That has got to be total winning form right now. I mean, there were times in the season, as you know, where we got off to a bit of a rocky start. And there were times though where we were a bit inconsistent in form. We were winning matches, when it mattered. But we were also losing matches, which really we should have been doing better in. But like I said to you then, that's football. It happens sometimes. And now we've gone on and we've stepped up to the plate when the other teams haven't, and we've fully capitalised on our advantage by going 12 points clear today. And so when will you next be with me, we'll see where we will be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th of April against Carlisle. I reckon that's a good time to come back and see us play. Although actually Barnet might be a good idea. Yeah, let's make it Barnet, because that likely still would be somewhat top of the table unless they go down in form, which will then leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4 games left to see. I mean, to be honest, we're 12 points clear then, with 12 games remaining, and they're still second. That could be the title decider, so I reckon that's good. So we'll go. That'll be our next match, and we'll go from there. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Forza FGR. I think you'll agree it's gone quite spectacularly well for us in this latter part of the season, which is what we like to see. You can see that Ilias Chair, he's still capitalising on us. I don't mention him much in matches. He doesn't do much in matches, it seems, for as far as I can remember that you see. But he does when you're not watching. Obviously another case of stage fright, but he has got 20 goals, 7.50 average rating, most assists and most player of the match awards, so good for him. We're still going to see if we can sign him on a free transfer at the end of the season. Has he signed a new contract yet? He still hasn't. Can we offer him a contract now? We can't. So, fingers crossed, something might happen. And look at my job security. We're doing an unbelievable job. Long may it last, I agree. So, yes, thank you very much for watching this episode of Forza FGR. I have been Mr. Superkeeper, and I will see you next time.